G'day, Scotty North, and today I'm at Bargara, which is just outside Bundaberg, Queensland, and I'm right down by the beach checking out the property market. I'm going to do a pan around here. As you can see, there's the water. Pretty close. Mind you, I've got to get across a couple of rocks first to go and have a dip. It's a lovely foreshore area. There's kids play areas and accommodation and lots of restaurants up through the main street and all the facilities you want. And we're going to go and have a look on site at a couple of the blocks that we have available up here for house and land packages, and just a general look at the market. So stay tuned and we'll go and check that out. Outside Beachlink Estate, it's under construction. They've just turned soil, no roads or anything in. It goes all the way there. Decent size. It's on a fairly main road that you come off, but across the other side of the road is all built up. You can see those houses, everything already built up in the area just on the other side of the road. It's about 2 k's from where I was on the water at Bargara, so really close. This is the entrance to the estate. You see it's all cleared. They've started some site works. It's mapped out, pegged out. Roads and sewer and that is next. As you can see, there's a pipe sitting there waiting. There's the old house, the land they've cut off. You can see they're working up the back. Nothing much to look at. Much better off looking at the plans. So this is Hughes Road. On the left hand side it's all built up. On the right hand side is these big vacant blocks that are progressively being built up. You can see there's work happening up the end there, and this is where I showed you before. On the other side it's already all built up all the way down, pretty much as far as you can see down the road. New houses under construction in Bargara Rise estate around the road from the one we're looking at. Lots and lots of activity up here at the moment. There's another section in Bargara Rise where they're all finished and owners are in or tenants are in. It's quite a nice looking section of houses, very neat, well looked after, well finished. You could pick anywhere in southeast Queensland, you wouldn't really know where you were. They all look the same nowadays. This is an older estate. When I say older, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years older. You can see the age of the houses is different, but everything's pretty well kept around here, I gotta say. People must have lots of time on their hands to look after their houses. And as we travel down this road, we're just getting closer and closer to the water. This reminds me of some older sections on the Sunshine Coast in Maroochydore, Kawana. Sort of has that vintage about it. It's about 1 minute down to the water. It's the foreshore here. They keep it really neat actually. It's very well planned, footpaths and riding. And there's the beach. I think that's Kelly's Beach, I think it's called. All the units along the water, new and established. You can see lots of variety here. Some older stuff. Seriously reminds me of Sunshine Coast, like, I don't know, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Not saying it's the new Noosa or anything, just it's sort of at that point where there's a lot of renewal happening from really old stock. Hey, I'm here on the corner of K McDuff Drive and the Bundaberg Ring Road, and this is the location that the Queensland Government has identified for the new hospital for Bundaberg. It's 60 hectares. That's the intersection there. I'll zoom around, swing around. Behind me, I'm pretty sure this is the site. There's some clearing and other bits and pieces with lots of tape and markers as you walk up the site, all the way up K Macduff Drive there, you can see it's fantastic access to the ring road and all the ease of traffic around Bundaberg because of that. It's a pretty good location, and obviously being a greenfield site for a new development of a hospital is a pretty good thing to have to happen for the region. Well, that about does it for my quick trip to Bargara and Bundaberg, just highlighting a couple of things on the video here today. I spoke to some agents in town. This one here, I asked if we got any duplex blocks and they kind of just laughed. Everyone would take that if we could get them. They just don't exist. As I said, this one here is $5.99. He said about 8 months ago that would be about $4.60 to come on, and that's a knockdown rebuild. It's quite close to the water, and if we can get it, you could possibly put 3 like a triplex on it, but there could be sewer issues with sewers underneath and other bits and pieces. I asked about rentals. Once again, they laughed. There's virtually no rentals. If they are, they're just people jagging high prices. They've got a bit of a waiting list for the right price rental. He said bear in mind that the wage is a little bit lower in this area, so the rentals aren't going to be as high as the Sunshine Coast, which is fine because the rentals aren't as high as the Sunshine Coast because the price of property is not as high as the Sunshine Coast, so that makes sense as well. They also said that quite a few people are up here looking to move, and a lot of them are moving from places like Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast because they've sold their properties to people who have moved from Sydney and Melbourne to the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. So there's this whole flow-on effect that goes with people moving out of those cities and into those regional areas, and then those larger regional areas moving into smaller regional areas, and Bargara is one of those things here. With the new hospital and the port expansion, other bits and pieces, there's a lot of activity happening. I was pretty impressed with what I saw, and if you want to know more info, then hit me up on my details or the links below. That's it, Scotty North at Bundaberg and Bargara, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.